Hello and welcome to today's Inner Circle Mastermind. So, this is the Rejuvenation and Reinvigoration session. Mastermind, Masterclass. Uh, what else? What else do I call it? Okay, so this is basically you and I rubbing minds together. All right, rubbing minds on your goals, on your life so far, getting back to the drawing board so that you have better clarity to move. So I'm going to give a few minutes for those who are outside to join. For those who are not yet here, I'm going to give a few minutes for everyone to join me. So once you come in, one thing I would like you to do is to let me know where you're viewing from, and as well as say something in the comments. Okay, hit the like button. That's one of the ways I know people who came into the room. Subscribe if you're yet to. Okay, so this is an open session, and I'd like you to participate. Okay, so good, 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 good. Who is here? Okay, so I'm going to give like 5 minutes for people to join in before I kick off officially. Okay. Okay, let me know if you can hear me clearly and there's no distraction in the background. Let me know if you can hear me very clearly. Welcome, Jonathan. Welcome, Chinyere. Welcome, Adeze. Let me know if you can hear me very, very, very clearly. Good, good. Thank you. Good. Welcome, welcome. I'm waiting for others. I'm waiting for others. At some point, I almost ended it. I thought maybe I should use Telegram or something. Okay. So yes, you're all welcome. So if you are here, I want you to go to the inner circle and let them know that we have gone live or we are live. Let's do that quickly. We're already taking a lot of time. So tonight is going to be mentioned reinvigoration, rejuvenation, recalibration, and I want it to be a very simple conversation. Okay, I want it to be a very simple, straightforward conversation. Now, this is all about because why I opted to do this for the inner circle is we've we've gone almost to the end of the year. This is the last quarter that we are in, and very soon we are going to start seeing what people have achieved through the year. Welcome, Francis. You're going to start seeing people coming out to post how many figures they made, what they how they fulfilled all their goals, how they crushed all the goals that is set for the year and stuff like that. And you are going to be tempted to feel so pressured, right? You are going to feel a lot of pressure because you are not. You didn't probably do as much as you thought you should do, or you are comparing yourself to the results that those other people are posting. Okay, so you need to at this point I thought it wise to just pause. I know we've been doing a lot on coaching, becoming a coach, getting into coaching, becoming an exceptional coach and all that stuff, but yeah, I decided to just pause. I knew it was necessary. I've had conversation with some of you one-on-one, and I knew a pause was necessary, was needed. Okay, so what is this recalibration? What is it about? What is it about? What is recalibration? So yeah, the whole recalibration thing is basically about resetting the standards of your measurement. Okay, realigning your vision, because the truth is, at some point you may decide that you've lost focus from what you were actually meant to be doing at some point. So that's the essence of this. Coming back to the drawing board, getting back to the drawing board. Okay, am I doing things right? What am I doing wrong? What do I need to check? What do I need to work on? And let me assure you tonight, I want to be very vulnerable and sincere with you. You know, sometimes you get so carried away. We get so carried away by formulas, tactics, secrets, techniques, and stuff like that that people push online out there. They're going to tell you, set this goal, set that goal, do this and do that. So many formulas, so many strategies, so many techniques, and you're trying to follow them. It may work sometimes, it may not work sometimes, but you get so overwhelmed by strategies that you lose your sense of originality. Okay. um I mean, there are some things you have to come to embrace and let it run in you as a lifestyle. Let it run on autopilot. Let it run like an automated sequence. Okay. So when it comes to personal development and growth, how you study, how you read, how you network, and all that, sometimes it's not about the formula, it's not about the tactics, the 6 steps, 6 bullet points, or 7 bullet points. No, that's not what it's about. It's about habituations. I beg you. Habituation. Hey, if you laugh, if any one of you should laugh, if you dare laugh, habituations. Okay, it's well. It's about habituations. Yes. So your ability to turn your dreams into habits. You have I see you, Adeze. I see you. I know what you want to do. Do it. No wala. Just do it. Nike, just do it. Okay. So it's your ability to turn your dreams and your goals into habits, daily habits. The ability to become what you desire, to make it an attitude, a behavior, a part of you. Okay. So that's what we are talking about here. It's not every time that you have the time to go and do the regular stuff, or you have a speaking engagement, you have to rush to go and follow some secrets or strategies. Or no, 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 no. The What I want you to understand is, get to the point where you start thinking of becoming, rather than just taking a few bunch of steps or using a few secrets and formulas. How about becoming and manifesting? Okay, may not be making so much sense yet, but we are landing. The purpose of the whole thing is to let you understand that time is a continuum. Don't put yourself under so much pressure, so much unnecessary pressure, towards the end of the year. It's just another time of the year, another time of the year. Your own planning season may be now, your own resting season may be now. Maybe you've planned and implemented, some went well, some didn't, and you want to use this period to rest. It's okay, it's totally okay to use this period to rest. You know, it's totally okay. Except this is the only free time you have. Maybe by next year, you are going to be resuming work and stuff like that. But aside from that, it's okay to use this period to just rest, recalculate, rejuvenate, recalibrate. So one of the things I would like every one of you to do here is to realign your dreams, realign your goals. Okay, realign them, redefine them, redefine success to yourself, to every human being here, to every single person here. Success doesn't mean the same thing. And this is where I also want to draw your attention. This is where I want to draw your attention, because when you keep comparing and comparing yourself with others, you start losing sense of your own worth. You start losing sense of your own dreams, your own goals, your own uniqueness, your own abilities. Okay? So, what I'm trying to say in that sense is you have to understand what success means to you. For some of you right now, you may not be getting so much visibility on social media, but you are doing something. You know you are doing something. You may not be getting so much money right now, but you are getting visibility and traction on social media. That is something. But because you are not so concerned, you're not so focused on what you have, you are always thinking about what you don't have yet. You tend to lose sight of things. And you now do not understand the language of leverage. Because the moment you begin to look inwards, the moment you decide to compare less, look inwards, find out your strengths, find out your unique abilities, your unique passions, find out your unique strengths, and then use what you have to drive demand in the market. That's when you become very powerful. That's when you become very powerful. You begin to create such demand. So the person you are admiring is admiring somebody else. The person you are admiring is not happy with their own results. As much as you see the glamour and the glory online, they are not happy with their own, with their own results in most cases. They are not also satisfied. They are battling one or two things. The influencer you are admiring, somebody called me, that's why it tripped off. The influencer you're admiring is not happy with his results. He probably has a lot of social media following and visibility, but doesn't have money, or does not have peace of mind, or doesn't have friends who support and understand him. You know, now there are some, the case of, okay, let me not cite that as an example, but there are some social media influencers, there are some popular artists and stuff like that, that the moment something happens to them, people will now begin to find out what the real problem was. Now this person is somebody we thought, we considered the person successful, we considered the person wealthy, you know but now there's an issue at hand, and I mean, you're wondering why life has to be so miserable for the person. This is somebody that if you're looking at their social media following, you'll be feeling, this person, 1.1 million followers, or 700,000 followers, 10,000 followers, and the person just started yesterday, and look at where I am. Now, you don't understand your own process. You don't understand your own unique path. So you keep thinking you are not doing well. You keep comparing. Okay? Now, welcome, Jessica. Welcome. Welcome. Good to see you here. Okay, so like I was saying, Mrs. Coca, welcome. Grace, Favor, Adeze. Yeah, I've shouted out Adeze before. Emmanuel, you're all welcome. Elisha, believe, welcome. Good to see you all here. Okay, now, like I was saying, you have to understand your own unique race, your own unique identity, your own worth. Okay, and then you'll be able to create your own demand in the market. Good. So that's about recalibration, rejuvenation. Okay, what what am I really? What am I? What value do I have? What makes me different? What makes me special? Okay, what do I really want to achieve? Let me tell you, it's not everybody who has the ambition of becoming the richest African, or the richest black man, or the richest Nigerian, or the richest man in the world. Not everybody, to be very sincere with you. So it will not make sense if that is not in your in your own unique life design, if that is not in your original script of what purpose means to you. It will be very wrong, it will be an error for you to see somebody, people coming online to post, I made 6 million in 2 days, I made 600 billion in 10 days, and whatever. And then you feel envy, you feel overwhelmed, you feel bitter that you are not achieving the same results. I am not saying that it's not good to have money. Of course, in fact, it's a must. It's a must. Even the Bible says that the wisdom of a poor man sounds like nuisance. You are poor, but you are wise, but you are poor. Your wisdom sounds like nuisance, sounds like noise. People are not going to be willing to listen to you. It's reality. So it's a must to have money, but then your own competition is different from that of Elon Musk, from that of somebody who wants to become number one in Africa, or number one in so so and so. And that may be their own race. That may be what they want. That may be all that they want. There are some people that they've been hurt so much by poverty, they've been harmed so much, their ancestral lineage and everything, that they have vowed personally, okay, I have to make this, let me make this money by all means. And then they pursue it. And then by the time they are making it, and to them, that's all the definition of success is about. And then they are showing the results. People are now looking at it. You keep looking at this, and you are feeling like, I should be doing what this person is doing, or I'm not getting enough results as this person is. Meanwhile, you now forget your own assignment. Now, yours could be that you are organizing a training for young people or teenagers, or you have written a book that you want to get into the hands of as many people as possible, or that you are creating a program that would help young mothers, find their way to life and navigate life and all that. A lot of things that could be your own assignment. So you have to find a way to focus on that assignment. Of course, assignment here is generic. It could be more than one. It could be more than it could be more than five. Okay. So good. That's what I want you to understand first. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't start looking at yourself and you're like, another year has gone by. It's almost 1 year and I've not even achieved anything. I've not done anything. Look at this, look at that. And my friends are doing that and doing this and winning scholarships and awards and this and that. So many things happening online. No, don't look at that. Look at where you've come from. Look at the journey so far. Look at those few lessons that you've learned that are worth more than people can even imagine. Look at those things and then look ahead. You look within and look without. Look within, then look ahead and ask yourself, where can I go from here that I am? Today may be a decision point for you. Okay, okay, I understand that I don't you don't plan under pressure. You don't plan under pressure. You don't plan under pressure. If you plan under pressure, you make mistakes. You plan nonsense. All these things that we do, 31st of January, they've told you, oh, write it on paper, write the vision, make it plain, bring it to church, burn it, take a screenshot of it or whatever. Fine and good, right? Fine and good. I'm not saying it's bad, but all those things, If you do it under pressure, it's a waste. It's a waste of time. That's why we've been planning and planning and planning and writing and writing and writing for many years, yet nothing is happening. It's because you are doing it under pressure. You don't have a system. You don't. Before you have to even plan to plan. You have to plan to plan. Okay, so you need to be able to calm yourself down, analyze yourself, come back again to the drawing board, come back to that clarity zone. How do I actually see? Clarity is not something you get once. That's why I tell people clarity is not a one-time destination. Clarity is a journey. It's not something you just harvest. You pick it once, like you've picked beans or you've picked a baton, and then boom, you take off. No, that's not how it's done. At certain points of your life, you have to calm down, come back again to the drawing board, and ask yourself questions. What am I getting wrong? What am I doing right? What do I need to stop doing? What do I need to start doing? What are the books I need to start taking? What are the courses I need to start taking? Who and who should I be connecting with? What's the kind of audience I should be building? At some point, I told myself I was tired of gathering audiences that can't pay me. I mean, it was not making sense. Passion, 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 passion. You post, there are plenty, they will come and like, comment, you know, everything just seems to be going well. But it's just the hype, right? But then when you now put up an offer that is 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, they will run. Maybe it's only two or three that will engage or one, you know. And if you mistakenly raise it to 10K, you collect insult on top. I told myself I'm tired of building this kind of audience. I was not interested anymore. I had to go back inside. I had to go back inside. I asked myself questions. Who do I really want to serve? And at this time of my life, it's not volume that matters. I mean, the finance is important. The profit is important to me. So this time is not just purpose and passion. My fuel of the fuel of the fuel of the purpose and passion was finishing. So I needed money to get to fuel up, right? So I told myself, how do I redefine my audience? I went back inside and I asked certain questions. And I found out that the kind of people that I would want to serve are the people who have paying power. And who are those people who are paying power? People who are usually in control of their lives, people who have autonomy, people who are either in high paying jobs, or, I mean, that's busy career people, or people who are pursuing their own dreams, entrepreneurs, business owners as well. So I asked myself, what would these people need? What are the generic things that I can teach these people that will be valuable to them? What services can I offer this class of people easily? How can I penetrate that class of people? And thankfully so, my profession as I mean my profession, physiotherapy, has opened a certain door for me, in the sense that people see me and they are biased. Like, they have this bias. This guy, you are too young to be a life coach. Who are you? What are you going to tell me about? What do you know about life? Right? So they see this young boy with small beards and open teeth, and they're like, no, you are too small to be a coach. Who made you a coach? What made you a coach? There's a lot of bias, nonsense bias, up and down, flying around. So I was like, that's fine. But, I've never had the encounter of somebody coming to say, oh, you are too young to be a physiotherapist. For some of them, they even prefer younger physiotherapists because they feel like you have energy in your youth. So that's another bias that favors me. And I'm a guy too. So most times, yeah, a lot of people prefer male physiotherapists because they feel you have the energy. So I started looking for what to build in that direction, what to wire in that direction. Okay. And for me, it may involve going to organizations to give health talks, to give them talk, going to churches to give them talks, to attract this kind of audience, because I know how to sell myself from that stage, right? Now, now, I started working on that. I started learning. I started improving on some of the things that would help me do that I want to do. I told myself, yes, I want to work with coaches. I want to work with with business owners, with entrepreneurs. What are their problems? I did serious research. I passed a lot of forms. I asked a lot of questions. I asked questions and I found out their problems. For some of them, they don't know how to create content. They don't know how to sell what they are offering, sell their products, sell their services, sell themselves. They don't know how to build a brand. They don't know how to come out. So it was by that interaction that I had with a lot of business owners and people who were already doing something with their lives that I decided, guy, you need to go and learn sales. I mean, not just learn it per se. You need to go and dig deep on this. Why? I want to be able to speak a language through my content, through my conversation with them. I want to be able to speak a language that would minister to them directly. Social media is like communication is like coding. There are coded languages, you know, machine language. There are coded languages in the sense that there's something I would type on Facebook and only women will reply, only women will engage. I've done it before. There are things I will post on Facebook and only women will engage. If you go and check the comment section, you see it's only women. Any man that comes to that place, person is looking for trouble. The person is just looking for trouble, and that trouble the person will find it. Now, there are things I will come and post on my wall, and only business owners will engage. There are things I'll come and post, only elderly people will engage, as well as if I want to target youths. So I'm not necessarily running adverts, but I am streamlining my message in that particular content that it suits a category of people. So that is why I told myself, let me go back and learn the language of the people I want to serve. Let me go and learn their language. This time around, it's not Yoruba or Hausa or Igbo. No, this time around, I went to learn the language of their needs and their pain points, right? So I want to be able to puncture their wound with every content I post. So I decided this is the kind of people I want to serve. Yeah. Which other category of people do I want to serve? I want to help multi potentialites. So at that point, I discovered a lot of people were coming to me, Chijoke, how do you do so many things and how do you do it well? How do you handle your multiple identities and your multiple potentials? I would like to be like you. I would like to do this and do that. And I'm like, okay, okay, okay. How can I help you? Some of them I'll go on a clarity call with them. Some of them I would send them a copy of my book or something like that. And I started discovering, okay, these people need my help. They need something that I have, and I need something that they have, right? So, and that thing that they have is money, is the money in their pockets, and I need it. So I decided to go back. How do I improve on this? So it's not just imagination. What's killing a lot of people these days, especially young people, is imagination and assumption. You assume that you know too much, meanwhile you only know very little. That's what's destroying a lot of people today. For you to get so good that nobody can ignore you, you need to do a certain level of work on yourself. You need to do a scary amount of work on yourself. It will cost you, it will burn you, it will leak, it will make your pocket leak. Eventually, it's not leaking though because it's an investment, but it will hurt you. You will feel the pain of that investment. So I went inside again. I said, these people need my help. What do? I picked up a book in that concept, in that field. I started reading, I started studying, I started doing research. Now, when I come out to talk, I talk with authority. If you see me post things about multi-potential life, it's not it's not random. I didn't wake up. I didn't just wake up and decide to defend that cause. That thing I'm doing is scary. It's scary. People would attack your worldview. People will attack your opinion. People will come under your comment and talk nonsense. They will come to your DM and talk rubbish. But the confidence you will have will stem out from competence. It will stem out from something deep within. How far is your root? How deep did your root go into the ground?
So I discovered that I want to serve this category of people. I went to go and start reading books. I went to go and start watching videos, watching TED Talks, and a lot of these things. And when somebody comes to me and says, uh, I've never seen somebody who is doing many things and is successful," I can give you a list of 30 different people without even stressing myself. Why? I have researched. You say jack of all trades, master. Before you finish, I'll tell you master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Why? I have researched. I have seen it. You tell me you need 10,000 hours to learn something and manifest. God forbid, bad thing. You need 10,000 hours to become an expert, or become a master in something. And let me even break it down for you. The truth is, why are we hyping these things so much? Before I go ahead, research, research, current research, evidence-based research says you don't actually need 10,000 hours to master a skill. What you may need to gain a certain level of mastery for a skill that you have never learned before is the first 20 hours. There's a video on YouTube. It's called the first 20 hours. Go and watch that video if you want to. I mean, in fact, not that if you want to, I'm mandating you. Go and watch the video. The first 20 hours. Okay? Now, people will come with different worldviews, biases, myths, and all that. Okay? So imagine that you just keep waiting. Now you have three different interests or four different interests, and you want to get good at those things. So you have to give yourself like 40,000 hours in total. You know what that means? You know what that means? That means before you are done with the third one, you have given birth. I mean, you have grandchildren running up and down. But that's not really true. And how can I debunk and face such things and have intellectual arguments and conversations if I don't prepare and prepare well? Okay? I'm going somewhere with all these stories I'm telling you. It's important for you to come back again to the drawing board and decide, okay, do I need to be out there? Do I need to be online posting and talking and trying to get people do this and trying to get them follow me, follow my account and do this and do that? Is that what I need to be doing now? Or do I need to go back inside? Do I need to withdraw into my shell? Do I need to get back to the cave and grow? Grow and come back. As much as I teach you to manifest quick, I break biases for you to make learning easy for you. Yes. So when I tell you you don't need 10,000 hours, I'm expecting you to do something with that information. I'm telling you that it is very possible for you to pick up a new skill and give yourself 5 days in that thing. 5 days, 5 days, and then you launch. And nobody is ever going to believe that you just took 5 days for it. It's possible. Depending on the kind of resources you are exposing yourself to and the amount of the intensity of work you are doing, the volume of input, how well you are digging into that particular thing, the quality of the resources you are accessing. Okay, so like I was saying, as much as I teach you to manifest quickly, I also want you to understand that it takes time to build. It takes some sacrifice to dig inside. And when you have dog and dog and dog, what I expect you to do is to come out and test. Don't come out and launch, come out and test. Okay? Come out and test. Yes, yes, yes. The first 20 hours, yes, a TED talk. Good. Thank you, Miracle. Okay? Come out, test your offer, develop it, build, launch it. Okay? Even the best people, even the number one, I mean, the richest men in the world, they are still better testing a lot of things. Twitter usage is free. Twitter usage is free. The person who is currently the CEO of Twitter is Elon Musk. I think he should be the richest man in the world right now. But that aside, Facebook is free as well. You're basically using Facebook for free, WhatsApp for free. These guys are doing something that they've not told us yet. And they are doing it in a very scary way, because they're making us dependent on these things. That if a point should come now that they say, for you to now use WhatsApp, we're upgrading, and for you to use WhatsApp, you have to pay 4,000 naira per month. It will shock you. Even the people that will keep, I mean, people who can't find something to eat, they will borrow money, they will take loan, and they will stay on WhatsApp. They will be online. That's why people tell you in this country have data. You see quotes, wisdom quote in this country, even if you don't have anything, have data. You know, people are going to be online. They will be online. They will watch Sabinos. They will watch status updates. Okay. See, I'm yawning up and down. Today was a very, very busy day for me. Very busy day. Scary stuff. But yeah, here we are. So, like I was saying, um, it's important for you to know. Okay, I was talking about testing and how these guys are testing these things on us. I saw Bill Gates ran an ad one day and targeted me for his book. I think I was still a student then, so he was targeting the book to students. He wanted them to download for free, you know. And I was like, a whole Bill Gates running ads to me to get me to get download his book for free, just in exchange of my email address. So you see how powerful these guys are leveraging on themselves for the sake of data. What they are getting is data. What they are getting is data. Data is powerful. Data is very powerful. Okay? They are doing something. They are studying. They are understanding market psychology. They are learning how we think as Africans, as citizens of different nations. They are analyzing this data. So that's the same thing I expect you to be doing. The result may not come instantaneously. The result may not always come immediately. It may not always come boom. But sometimes you are studying and studying and studying and monitoring and studying, and when the time is right and you launch, you know you are launching on a very good platform. You know you are launching well. You're not launching amiss. Okay? So don't be carried away with whatever is happening now, the craze for recognition, the craze for, that sense of, oh, I follow, they do something. Let it just be that. No. Take calculated steps towards where you want to be. And don't be afraid of making mistakes. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Don't be afraid of starting small. Don't be afraid of starting over. I said three things. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Don't be afraid of starting small. And don't be afraid of starting over. In fact, don't be afraid of starting something new. Oyawole Faith is here. I told her to make a post. To make a post on Facebook introducing the new dimension, a new part of herself that she has been hiding from us. Told her to go and make a post and introduce her. She does proofreading and editing and all that good stuff. So I told her, no, you can't keep hiding this from your audience. It doesn't mean you should sell it every day. It doesn't mean you should push it every day. That's not what I'm saying. But at least let people know that this is part of what you do. That's one of my biggest secrets. So today you see me in a sales conference. Tomorrow you see me business summit. Next day you see me mental health conference. The other time you see me, it may even be agriculture. You just see me on different places. Health dialogue, this and that. Now they've invited me. I don't even know which campus again. But it's a physiotherapy, a school that practices physiotherapy in Nigeria, to come and teach students, not even students. I don't even know who I'm. In fact, I don't even know again. But I know I shall got invitation to teach LinkedIn optimization, how to use LinkedIn to promote your physiotherapy career or something like that. You know, how to optimize LinkedIn for physiotherapy, so many things. So I get such invitations. Why? I position myself to be all of me and not some of me. So when you look, you see it. And the one that catches your fancy, you will come. And the way you express yourself, the truth is, people, trust is the ultimate currency. People are going to come to you because of your trust, not necessarily your niche. I mean, your integrity, your competence, these things will sell you faster than any niche that you want to pick. People will come to you because they perceive that you can help them solve their problems, not because you have been doing one thing for 10,000 years. No. So when you post on social media, when you make a post, when you talk, when you capture a snippet of you speaking and post, you are trying to do something in the minds of people. You are programming their mind. You are instilling, you are pouring a molten lava of trust in their minds. And when it enters, it solidifies so much that when they begin to think of that thing that you are offering, they will feel like it is a sin to go to somebody else. I'll be sitting peacefully in my house and somebody says, "Hello, sir. Uh, I want you to, there's a conference that is going on and they are looking for somebody to speak on mental health. I couldn't think of any other person but Chijoke. Please, will you be there?" Yes, I'll come. "Hello, sir. Uh, uh, I wanted to send you a mail. Can I do this?" And then I thought of sending you a mail. I don't know whether to send a mail or WhatsApp, but please, sir, we would like to invite somebody who will speak on sales, or we would like to invite somebody who will speak on personal branding for so so and so summit. Please, can I go ahead and send you the mail? Or can I send it to you as a WhatsApp message? And they will send, and I'll see it. And it's totally different from what I've been talking about online. I mean, I'm wondering, okay, where did this one see this version of me from? Sometimes I'm tempted to ask people, okay, how did you get to know about me? What version of me do you know? And they will now start saying, oh, this is where we meet. I mean, this is where we met. Or this is who told me about you. And I'll smile. Okay? So at this point, I want you to understand these things. They're not that hard. Okay? I want you to come to the point where you realize that there's nobody on this planet Earth that is better than you at being you. Nobody can beat you at your own game. Whatever you are doing, find it worthy. Nobody is better than you at being you. Fall in love with your vision again. Fall in love with your purpose and your passion again. Fall in love with it. Don't give up on that great dream just because you're not seeing results yet. Maybe it's beginning to make sense, but what you don't have is clarity. What you don't have is strategy. Sometimes we are tempted to think that what we are doing is not working. It's just because we have not invested in it enough. At some point of my life, I was lamenting. I know so much, I'm giving out so much value. Why is it that small, only little money is coming back to me? If I host training, people will disappear. I will do free training, they will gather like thousands of them. But when it's time to introduce money, they will run away. I'll get on a clarity session with somebody for 2 hours, 3 hours. We are talking, and then when I mention, okay, this there's something I can offer you. I want to offer you a coaching program or something like that, tailored to you that would help you move further from here. Boom, they disappear. Like, oh, sir, I'll get back to you. Or you've been on the call with me for 2 hours, 30 minutes, for 3 hours. I'll get back to you. And then boom, they never get back to me again. I at a point I was lamenting, but I came to realize something, that maybe I am the problem. Maybe there's a missing link somewhere that I need to fill up. There's something I need to learn. See, at whatever level you are in life, and it gets to a point you feel stuck, it is a sign, it is a key sign that there's a level of knowledge you've not acquired. Knowledge is the differentiating factor there. At every point in your life, you feel stuck. This thing is no longer working. This coaching thing self. This video marketing thing is not working. At every single point of your life that you feel like that, there's knowledge that is lacking. What will rescue you is your ability to leverage on another currency and purchase that knowledge. So that currency may be time. Time that you will use to go to YouTube and browse and research and sit down. Humble yourself, discipline yourself, sit down and learn. Okay, that currency may be money, money that you will use to pay somebody, or a mentor, or a coach. Hire a coach and say, this thing, I'm stuck, help me. I do that a lot. So these days, what I do is this. When I see people who have results that I'm looking for, when I see people who have the results I'm looking for, and I really need that result, I don't go into their DM and say, sir, can I pick your brain? Or ma, can I pick your brain? No, I don't do it. I ask them, what is it going to cost me to learn this from you? What is it going to cost me to have a form of mentorship from you? Tell me the price. Let me start saving for it. It takes some guts to make statements like that. It takes some effrontery, some audacity to make such statements. But I've come to that point of my life. I can't be blaming randomness or blaming my village people, of course. I can't. I have to understand that strategy is a thing, structure is a thing, system is a thing. Maybe all you have is a good mindset, a powerful mindset, and you have clarity. You can do a lot of things at the basic level with these two. If that's all you have, if that's all, you know what you want to do in life. They've told you, you've known it, and then you are motivated. You listen to motivational speech every time. If everything in your phone right now is all motivation, inspiration, you wake up, you watch inspiration 10 times, now in the afternoon you watch it again, you do it like daily bread, and you know your mindset is off the rooftops, and then you've read books like Ikigai, you've listened to Clarity Talk, you've listened to this, you know what you want to do in life, you know what your purpose is. If that's all you have, if that's all you know, if that's all you are going for repetitively, you still remain in a small level. In fact, there's a very low likelihood that you actually succeed in what you're doing, because you will be celebrating mediocrity, you will be dancing around randomness. Anything randomness leaves for you, you take. So a time has to come that you realize that what I need to learn at this point of my life is strategy, systems, structures. How do I develop the right strategy for success? In sales, in business, in my career, how do I develop the right strategy? How do I draw up a plan that actually works? Something that is not, this kind of nawash thing that we always do with goal setting. You write so many things that you are not never going to do. No, something that is really, really, really strategic, calculated. How do I set up a structure that rewards me? How do I set up a system of things, of tools, of people that will put how can I cast the vision upon the people that will help that vision stand? Okay, very important, very important. So you have to understand where you are at every stage of your life. That thing you are doing that is not working, go to somebody who is doing it and it's working. Pay them and learn. Buy books, read. Buy books, read. I see. I don't want to raise a lazy circle. I don't want to build a lazy circle. I've always said this, and I'll keep saying it. I don't want to raise a lazy circle. I don't want to raise a dependent circle. I don't want to raise a freebie circle. There was a point of my life, yes, I used a lot of free things. It came to a point that I became uncomfortable with it. I be I became uncomfortable. I was no longer interested in just jumping into every free stuff. No, no. The truth there is this. The truth of the matter is this. If you keep hanging around free stuff, you are conditioning your brain. If all you do is get free, if everything you get is free, you are conditioning your brain to believe that you cannot afford anything. I'm not saying you should not use free opportunities. You should go to YouTube and learn for free. Go to Udemy, learn for free. Go to Coursera, apply for financial aid and learn for free. But if it costs you nothing, there's a difference. I'm telling you from somebody who has benefited from both sides. There's a huge difference. There are programs I paid for that when I walked out from the door after that program, I knew something had increased in me. It's not even about what I heard from that program. Oh. It's the fact that Chijoke, you brought out 50,000 naira to pay for a training. CJ, you brought out 70,000 naira to enroll for this membership. As I'm coming out, as I'm making that payment, as I'm completing that transaction, I feel big. I feel like I had grown inside. Somehow, oh, 3 days training or 2 days training. By the time I'm done and I'm coming out, I feel very different. And that difference influences a lot of things. Now, when people come to me for my service, something I would have ordinarily, if I say, oh, the price is 100K, or if I say it's 50K, and you're like, I don't have the money, I will not be like, what can I do for you? Let me make it. I'm not making anything affordable. This is the price. In fact, the best I can do is to even increase the price. Because I know that the depth of information I have acquired by the virtue of the personal development I am involved in. I know how far I have gone. I know what it costs me to acquire what I'm acquiring. I know it's painful. So when people come to me for my service, I am confident about the degree of result I'll help them deliver. And then I'm confident about my prices. I'm confident that I am helping them by offering them what I offer at the price that I offer it. I'm very confident about that. Okay, so you have to recalibrate. You have to come back to the drawing board. Calibration is simply standardization. Let me explain. So if you bring, let me say you want to turn a piece of wood. Huh? You want to turn a piece of wood to a meter rule, what we call ruler. uh But you have a piece of wood nearby that you want to convert into that ruler, right? What you have to do is to bring another ruler. Bring another ruler, okay? And put it side by side with the meter rule that you have. Mm-mm. Put it side by side with the, what is it called? The piece of wood that you want to turn into a ruler. Then mark it. Just mark that piece of wood. Mark it exactly as it is in the meter rule. Now you have 2 meter rules. One is fundamentally the purpose of that thing, but the other one has been converted. Now, that is calibration. Calibration is like setting standards, setting marks, making marks, defining something. Okay? So we are coming back to the drawing board to recalibrate our goals, recalibrate our visions. Come back to the drawing board and analyze again. This thing I am doing, is it even what I am meant to be doing at this point of my life? This thing I am doing, is it even rewarding me? Or do I need to think of something else, or something deeper, or something better? You may be working 9 to 5 now. Recalibration may involve or entail you going back to the drawing board and calculating your salary. There's something I tell people to always do. I've been repeating this over and over and over in the inner circle. I say, do something I call profit potentiation. Profit potentiation, meaning that you should go, whatever you are earning right now, whatever you are doing right now that brings you money, calculate the amount of money that is possible to be made from that particular venture or skill or product per hour. Calculate it in an hourly basis. So that will also help you understand how you should use your time. The truth is, if there is anything you do now, right, that you can do, and it earns you 20,000 naira per hour, it will be foolish for you to leave that thing, and you are running about looking for a job that will pay you 200,000. That at the end of the day, the job, when you divide the 200,000, just because you feel like it is steady and it is predictable, you feel some kind of security there. When you divide the job that takes almost all your life, 200,000 divided by 20. So let's say you don't go to work on weekends. So that is like 200 thousand over 20. That's, wait, am I sure of what I'm even calculating? 200,000 over 20. That's 20,000 naira per day. Somebody help me. 200,000 over 20. Ah, now wow. I used to know math, so I used to be very good in mathematics. But well, I don't even know what's happening again. Okay, but let's just say, yeah, 200,000. 200,000 over 20. So that's like 10,000 per day. Now that 10,000 naira per day, I know I got it. 10,000 naira per day. You are working. You are laughing at me, Grace. You are working for, let's say, 8 hours in the day, or even 10 hours for some people. Shocking enough, some people are out of their houses for 12 good hours. 12 good hours. You have barely 8 hours to sleep. And the next morning, boom, you are out again. You are running around and around and around. You don't have time for your life. You don't even have time for anything. When you come back, maybe just small TikTok and Facebook, and you are out again. You don't have time to build your own dreams. Now, you are earning, let's say, 10,000 naira per day. And if you should divide it into hourly basis, let's say you work 8 hours, you are in the office 8 hours, you are in the office 8 hours. I'm not even counting those that will be doing out of office work, like go here and deliver this mail, go here and deliver this contract, go here and deliver that and that. Now you are doing all these things for 8 hours. So that means 10 over 8. That is 5 over 2. That's 2.5. You are earning 2.5 per hour. In this case, you're earning 2.5 per hour. Meanwhile, you have overlooked something else that has the potential of bringing you to 20,000 naira per hour, because you have not done your profit potentiation. You've not calculated. You think 200,000 naira is big. This is what I thought. I mean, in my head, I finished thinking about things like this, and I was like, come on, why are people even doing 9 to 5 to start with? When you can be selling akara, the truth is, sometimes it's even pride that is holding us from making money. If you open a akara shop in your street, you earn more than most salary earners are earning. You earn more than most doctors in Nigeria. If you open a akara shop, akara, bean ball, akara and bread, what are we not saying? It's because you feel like it's a poor man's business. So you want a white collar job. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm doing white collar job. I don't even know which one I'm doing now. I'm currently not in that setting doing private practice, but then definitely I'll do white collar something for a while, because I need to learn some things about how the systems work, right? That's even the purpose of you doing 9 to 5. If you are here, the purpose of you doing any 9 to 5 is to get so close to the system that you understand how the system runs. Of course, there are people who are called to help other people build their visions. There are people who are called to become purple cow employees. You are going into that system, you are going into that employment, you are going into that company to transform the company, to make yourself known through that company, or make the company known through you. Right? That's an assignment for some people. They have that as a burden. They can join anything and make that thing come alive. That is good. But beyond that, can you allow yourself penetrate the system for your own good? Go close to that system. Go close to the head, the topmost head. Become friends with them, ask them, buy them gifts, ask them questions. How do you manage this? How do you do this? How do you manage people? What's the biggest challenge you face? That's the purpose of you being there. Not just to be there like, an onlooker, suffering and slaving. No, it is for a while. One day you are going to retire. One day you are going to come out from that paid employment. That is when the real life will start for you. When you retire is when you actually start your career in the real sense, because that's when you have all the time to do the things that you loved. Now, for people who were not wired, so for some people, they were wired to be poor. I'm going to talk about poverty in this session. I'm going to share some things about poverty that you need to know. Now, for some people, they've been wired. For some of us, we've been wired to feel like you need a certain level of validation that is structured, that goes with community and societal protocol for you to be accepted or for you to be relevant. So for some people, that's what they've believed. And until they go to school and do this degree and do another degree and do another degree, and then they come out and it has to be programmed that way. And then because they don't have any other option, they don't have any other alternative, their mind is not talking about entrepreneurship. Their minds are not thinking about something they can do that would pay them more than what their salaries are paying them. So they keep complaining and protesting. Every time protest, NUC, labor, and NLC, the other one, doctors are on strike, these ones are on, teachers on strike. Are you not tired of that nonsense? Now you watch a lot of them because that is what they have wired themselves with. Let me just keep going and going and going, and maybe small money will be coming out as my pension, so that when I finally retire, I will now start enjoying the what I have worked for. That's a very poor mindset. If you are thinking, oh, I have worked. I was talking to somebody one time, you know, and I was telling her, why not consider writing a book? Why not consider? She's quite elderly, and she told me, no, I can't do this thing now. I have worked. This is time for me to enjoy my pension. I laughed. I told her, mommy, no, 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 no. This is not it. I started educating her. She was my patient in the national hospital. I started educating and educating and educating. And at some point she got inside. It hit her so hard that any day she comes, if I'm not the one treating her, she will not be happy. It hit her so hard. She was always eager for the conversation. She was even like, oh, even my grandchild, this conversation we had, I'll share it with my grandchild. We will work on a book project together, and that and that and that. I made her dream come alive again because I showed her something that was beyond the retirement enjoyment of the chicken change they are able to give you as gratuity and pension. I told her, it's not going to work. Don't do like this. So the essence of retirement is for you to actually have more time to focus on that your dream. So everybody here, I would advocate, I would appeal, I would plead with you to consider retiring early. Consider retiring as early as possible. Consider retiring when you still have the energy to build that great dream. It's not by 60. You are still fighting. You are still, the federal government say they are going to increase retirement age from 60 to 65. You are 60 and you are rejoicing. That's the height of poverty. That's the height of it. You shouldn't be happy. In the real sense, by 40, you should be thinking of retiring from paid employment. The highest, what has the highest earning potential in the world is entrepreneurship. It's not debatable. Top 100 billionaires are entrepreneurs. It's not debatable. You don't enter Forbes list, or no, let me not say Forbes list. You don't enter top 100 or top 10 with paid employment. You mean you'll be richer than your boss, and he will not fire you? I mean, it will be so obvious, so glaring that you are wealthier than your boss. Come on, that's not how the system is wired. So you have to be ready for this move. You have to be thinking of how to plan your transition, how to make that move out of that system gradually, intelligently. Okay? You have to be rethinking everything. You have to be ready to jump off that comfort comfort zone. That train, that moving train called comfort zone that you are sleeping inside. You need to be able to jump out. Okay? So, like I was saying, I said I will talk about poverty and mindset. Okay, that's part of recalibration. Sometimes you need to come back to the root. You need to come back to the basis. You need to understand yourself again. You need to ask yourself certain questions. Why am I feeling afraid? Why am I feeling less, I mean, low self-esteem or low self-confidence? What's the problem? Why am I finding it hard to launch? Why am I finding it hard to make money or manage money? This is because it is not the way we have been raised. We've been raised to see scarcity as a normal thing. We've been raised to even admire scarcity. For some people, they think scarcity is beautiful. They think poverty is something to be admired, that poverty is a sign of grace or blessing. Come on. No. For some people, you grew up in a family where almost all your life, if you go to ask your dad for money, he tells you, the first thing that comes out from his mouth is, Iman, you got the raw. You know there's no money. Or these children, you think money grows from trees. You think there's somewhere we plug this money. Don't you know the country is hard? So you have become a victim of unconscious programming. You have been carefully wired and programmed into poverty. And it's not that it's not necessarily about how it affects your pocket or your bank account. It's about how it affects your mind first. This thing that I'm telling you is so crucial that it affects every single thing you do. Every single thing you do in life is affected by your programming. So when you want to charge somebody, when you want to pay the bike man, your programming shows up. When you want to buy food in that food store, abi restaurant, your programming shows up. You enter a supermarket, your programming is trying to express itself, but because you are seeing price tag on the product, you are respecting yourself. Am I lying, somebody? Am I saying something that makes sense? You enter keke, your programming will display. You want to enter along, your programming will surely display. Instead of saying how much is two seats, let me pay for two and stay in front. Even if you don't want to do both, maybe both is too much. Of course, saying something is expensive is programming. Nothing is expensive. Being expensive, price and value, they are relative things. They are very relative. So saying that something is expensive is quite relative. But let's say you don't want to do both, you want to do along. Why not pay for two and stay in front? or pay for two and stay at the back so that you have enough breathing space. But your programming will show up. You squeeze yourself. Not just that you squeeze yourself, you still argue with the driver. I want 500, no be 300. Then the driver will now insult you, and you stay back and wait again for the next one. No be 400. The one will go next. Sometimes you don't realize how much damage has been done to your system by the scarcity that you witnessed growing up. Some of us, they chased us out of class because of school fees. Say, oh, you have not paid, stay out of the class. It's exam period, they will come and call names of those who have not paid. All of you will go outside. And then I'm going to answer this question. Now, all of you will go outside, and then they write the exam for like 15 minutes, and then they call you back inside. When you go home, you now start complaining to your parents. And they will even be angry. Why should they keep you out of class? Don't worry, by tomorrow they'll start making calls. Now you are learning hardship. You are learning it. And the problem is that all through life, from childhood, from cradle stage up until adulthood, we've been continuously schooled, but no one has made a conscious effort to help us unlearn what we have learned. School will even do more damage. You go to your secondary school. I was listening to somebody who was saying, that was, I think it was Coach Ugochukwu Umogu, that was talking about this thing, and it made so much sense to me. From the chamber of your mom's loins, from your mom's womb, you were coming out. You were introduced into the world poverty capital. Most likely, you were introduced into a country of hardship by default. One. Two, the people who welcomed you, the first words you heard in life were probably spoken by poor people. And if your parents were poor as at the time you were born, it's also an issue. It's not something to be ashamed of. For most of us, that's how it was. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm even proud of it. I'm proud that, going through all that, and then here we are today. It's a journey, it's a process. But like, you were born without a silver spoon, fine and good. The nurses that delivered you, they were not rich. You didn't have so much experience around rich people and rich neighborhoods. Some of you, they chased your parents out of the house because of house rent. You witnessed these things. You witnessed your father telling you to go and tell the landlord that he's not around. And sometimes you may even have made the mistake of saying, my daddy said I should tell you that he's not around. That kind of thing. All those things, they built houses in our brains, in our minds. They formed very, very insoluble networks. But it takes some level of knowledge to dissolve that network that claims to be insoluble. Okay? You went to the neighborhood that you grew up in. You look around, you don't see wealthy people. When you see a fine car move into the neighborhood, it's like somebody came in with private jet. You now go to school. The teachers who taught you, they were not wealthy. The person who taught you mathematics, his trouser was probably half chop. One leg is jumper. He folds the other one. I keep wondering, how did we even make our career choices? Who did we look up to say, oh, I want to study this or study that? Who did we look up to? That person we looked up to, is the person wealthy? Okay, now these things happen over and over and over again. You go to the university and you look at your lecturers. Almost 90% of the lecturers who lectured you in the university, what's their stake? What's their stake? Are they wealthy people? Not likely. Not likely. Except you went to private university. Of course, some private universities don't even pay their lecturers well. Okay, so All these things have happened, and now it has built a form of trauma in you, that when you want to react or respond to anything, that poverty shows up. Even though you may have a lot of money in your account, it still manifests. There are some rich people that can't pay people. They will hire people but they can't pay. Why? There's still something inside of them that tells them that they are poor. That's why you see a lot of politicians who are into theft in broad daylight. They sign things that they're not meant to sign. They take money because why? They have grown up all through life being indoctrinated into poverty. So even when they don't recognize the riches. So they keep going for more. Greed. They never get satisfied. They keep picking. It ruins a lot of people. For a lot of people, it ruins their relationships. You know, when you want to purchase something, you can't make that decision. When you want to now charge somebody, it still shows up. The first thing, see, the problem some of the people who are into business and entrepreneurship face, the problem most times is you want to charge somebody for a service, but in your mind already, you are making excuses for the person. In your mind, you're already feeling, let me just have pity. This country is hard, Nigeria is tough, so let me just do it this, let me just see if I can make my price low so that they will not run away. Come on now, come on. So you will undercharge, you will undersell yourself just because you want to please. Not even please, you're selling yourself short blatantly, because that is the only language you understand: scarcity. So how do you reset your default programs? It's easy, or it's hard. Through habituations. These things I'm telling you now, mindset. The first stage is awareness, understanding where you are, understanding where you have been, understanding where you need to be. Is awareness. Knowing your problem will help you start thinking of how to solve it. Awareness. What has happened to me? Am I aware that I am struggling to come out of poverty? Am I aware first? Then you now proceed. Mind blocks and money blocks. Okay, mindset blocks. What is holding me back in my mind? What is making me feel like I can't achieve? What are those things? What are the terrible relationships I have with money? Some of you, when you were growing up, you go to your father for money and he will tell you, rich people, I mean, I don't know if some of your parents made this analogy that the children of rich people are usually wayward. I grew up all my life believing that. But it's a lie, it's a bias. It's a bias that poverty taught me. That the children of rich people, can't you see, they are usually wayward, they don't do well in class. For me, I go to class and I come first position, and I come back and my dad is like, yes, can't you see, this your school, you have children of senators, children of this, children of that, but you beat all of them in class. Good and fine. Good and fine, oh. But they are still children of poor people that are still beating class. So it's not necessarily about rich or poor. There are still children of rich people that first position I took, somebody took second, and that person is not, the father is not poor. I know the father is not poor. So you can't tell me that it's not poverty that made me smart. You know, so some of us have acquired very terrible relationships with money and wealth. For some, it's even in churches. You get indoctrinated into poverty in church. So they don't teach you to work. They don't teach you to do stuff. They don't teach you to learn skills or to learn sales. So all they do is, you come to church. The only principle you know about financial prosperity is to give, and it shall be given unto you. A good measure, pressed down and shaken over. Sow seed of faith, sow seed of righteousness, seed of anger, seed of happiness, seed of this, seed of that, seed of donation, projection, everything. You just keep sowing and sowing and sowing. Seed of anointing, you sow. Give. pay tithe and offerings, you pay, and at the end of the day you find out that you are just regurgitating the same pathway. Nothing is really changing. You are pretending like it's going, I mean, it's working for you, but nothing is really changing, right? And at the end of the day, they now cover it up with, be contented with what you have. Contentment, godliness with contentment is great gain, right? You just have to be contented. Don't Wealthy people, God will take the riches of the Gentiles and give it to the you know the believers, the chosen ones. So you see a lot of people, they're now mentally lazy. They are depending on miracles. They are believing that they just have to go to church and shout, Amen, I receive. And then automatically miracle money will start jumping into their account just for doing nothing. Come on, that's one of the fastest ways to grow into poverty. One of the fastest. you know, for a lot of people, that's the problem. So they don't have a good relationship with money. They've never been taught how to handle money, discipline. So they now believe that for you to have money is either you are doing prostitution or you are a Yahoo boy. There are people who have that mentality. Somebody buys a car and you tell somebody, this guy just bought a car. And he's like, I'm gonna forget that thing. There's no way. This guy, I know this guy. Is it not the same coaching that we are doing? He say he uses it to buy car. Is it not provision store that he's selling? How can he buy car with provision store? Is a lie. Poverty speaking loudly on a microphone. It's a lie. How can you do this? Forget it. All these guys is Yahoo boys. How can you buy Venza? It's Yahoo. How can you do this one? It's prostitution. Come on. So you have to identify, what relationship do you have with wealth? What relationship do you have with money? What's your definition of success? Identify your money blocks and start creating a success mindset. Think of autonomy. Think of these things yourself, right? There's a part of reading books. There's a path that you have to play by reading books, taking courses, listening to speeches, listening to people who are inspiring you, getting mentored appropriately. There's a path for all those things, right? You have to break that. What is even what's the question again? Yes, those default programs. You have to break the default program by recreating your mindset, by renewing your mind. Okay? By renewing your mind. You have to stay motivated by all means. Welcome, brother. Welcome, brother. You have to stay motivated by all means. Yes, I mentioned autonomy. You have to think of how you can be independent of systems, structures, and people that are wired to keep you within a tiny frame of existence and experience. People, systems, and structures that are wired to not expose you beyond a certain level of success. System structures and people that tend to define and describe what shape of success you should fit into. They create a perimeter around you that you cannot escape. So you keep running around that circle. At some point, you either have to retire or resign. If where you find yourself right now is not rewarding enough, you either have to retire or resign. Whether you're a school teacher, whether you're a banker, whether you're whatever, your own story can change, and that your story that changes will become it will become a source for other people's stories to change. Why? Now you've realized that this is not rewarding you. You've realized that what makes you, what makes you a teacher is not the classroom. I've never been in a classroom setting for my entire life. I've never said, oh, I'm teaching primary six, let me now stick myself to primary school or stick myself to this. No, I am a mobile educator. This is in me. This is in me. This thing that I'm doing is inside. So carry me and put in a primary school. I know myself. Put me in a secondary school. I know. Put me in a university. I know. But I don't even need to be there to prove any point. Why should I be there? As at the time I was finishing school, some of my lecturers were telling me, Chijoke, we see all that you are doing. We see this and we see that. I hope you are going to consider getting a lecturing job. We would like to retain you. I laughed. In fact, one day, three of my lecturers were discussing, and I came in, and one of them said that thing. Now, the other one now said to him, now replied to him, this one, no. If it's Chijoke, no. He will not accept the salary they are paying. As at the time I was a student, they already foresaw something. They already knew where I was moving. This one is a businessman. This salary they are paying us will not be enough for him. These are my most senior lecturers in school. So I cannot be trapped within a certain limit. I need to be able to define things for myself. That is autonomy. I'm not saying you shouldn't work 9 to 5, but while you are working, be planning, because I told you, you have two options. Especially if the system is not rewarding you enough, you have two options: resign or retire. Okay, so let me go to what I was talking about before: cultivating motivation. You can listen to motivational talks, videos and stuff like that. You can do meditations. You can, inspire yourself through the word of God, friends, like-minded people, communities. One of the things I love to do is to attend events, meet other people and see what they are doing. Sometimes I get a lot of inspiration. You know, I sit in a table with somebody. I go for some of these events and I learn to hold conversations, sit in table with some people. And one of my friends was one of the guys I met one time in the conference. Was telling me, that that people are afraid of running ads, and he was telling me that until you are able to put 1 million naira in Facebook, in ads, in digital marketing, in ads, and lose all of them, that you're not ready to run adverts. And I looked at this guy and looked at myself. Hey, say 1 million naira. Hey, I was there. He was showing me his student testimonials. He trains people on forex trading. So by the time I looked at those things, I was just seeing figures. I was just seeing figures that were disturbing my eyes. I went home that day a changed person. He didn't need to teach me anything. No, he didn't need to. He didn't have to. But we had a simple conversation that gave me motivation by default. Okay? So stay motivated. Another thing is to recalibrate your vision. Come back to your why. Come back to that thing. There's something that burns inside of you. There's something that awakens you. There's something that keeps you awake at night. If your vision is big enough, it will be easier for you to reprogram your mind. You have a big enough vision. You have a big enough reason for existence, purpose. Okay? I usually tell people who ask me, what keeps you motivated? Why are you doing all these things? How do you stay motivated? How? And I tell them, passion, purpose, and necessity. I do what I love and I love what I do. I find the things that I have inside of me that can solve other people's problems or solve global problems or problems in my society or school or anything, and I find a way to unleash it. Purpose, necessity. I know that if I don't do this, man, I'll most likely remain in one small tiny circle. I may be broke if I don't fight. If I don't push, if I don't fight this war, I may end up like every other person. And I don't want it. I don't want to live a small life. The thought of it scares the living daylight out of me. Yeah? To just be ordinary. That you are just there doing what every other person is doing the same thing your parents and your grandparents did that kept them where they were. It doesn't make sense. It's not necessarily that your parents did not do well. Don't get me wrong, go. Your parents did fantastically well. To be able to, for you to even be here, for you to have data to be able to watch this thing I'm doing, it means that your parents did not starve you to death. You didn't starve to death. At least they tried. Let's give them that kudos. They gave you shelter, they gave you education, they supported you, they loved you, they gave you food, a lot of things. They tried to the best of their knowledge. But the only thing is that their own knowledge was deficient. There's a point they couldn't get beyond. They couldn't see beyond. But now we have that leverage and advantage. Okay? So necessity. If I don't do this, I may not be able to do what I want to do with my life. If you don't do this, your relationships may suffer. For the guys here, you may want to marry early. You cannot marry with an empty account. Oh. I'm paying you salary of 70,000 or 80,000. You want to go and marry? uh, you are fearless. You are bold. Congratulations. Oh, you are bold. Uh, Baby milk. There's some baby milk, formula milk, that you grab one now. It's 15,000. If you mistakenly go and give birth, hmm, what story are you going to tell your child? That you use 1/4 of your salary to buy milk, and then by the time you buy pampers and buy this and buy that, done. You have not even considered your wife. Oh. You've not considered the family. You've not considered your apartment, the car. Abi, you want to be trekking. You cannot do it. Forget all the hype online. I see some people celebrating poor weddings. I mean, I'm not saying it's okay to do low-key weddings, right? It's okay to do low-key weddings, but let your reason for doing a low-key wedding not be poverty. Let it not be poverty, please. Let it not be let it not be that you don't have money. I understand the aspect of build with him, stay with him, he's going to make it, or stay with her. I don't know, stay with him mostly. That's what people preach. He's going to make it and all. I understand that part too. But there has to be something that you are seeing. There has to be a form of hope, an anticipation for something bigger in the future. It's not just to go and make random decisions. Marriage is an economic decision. Childbearing is an economic decision. You can't just start doing anything randomly. Okay? So you need to consider those things. You need to consider all of these things. As a young man, as a young lady, it may be that the person you want to marry may not be so wealthy, but yeah, at least average. But you will not now come and carry entitlement and dependence and enter the relationship. Give me this, give me that. They will run away. That's why a lot of ladies are still single. They want the small love somebody tried to show them. They want to use billing and scatter the person's life. The young man ran away for his life. He can't cope. And the reason is like that is because some ladies are so poor. They now see relationship and marriage as financial liberation schemes. It's not meant to be like that. When you have autonomy. When you have autonomy, a man will not come and do shakara with money. He will not come and tell you, what I want is a housewife. Oh, uh, in this relationship, you have to be cleaning my house and washing my clothes. All those nonsense things that are happening. Come on, when you see, poverty closes your eyes with dark shades. If you are broke and dependent, you will not see red flags. Where will you see it? Which eye? You can't see red flags. You cannot understand red flags if you are broke and dependent, because you cannot bite the fingers that are feeding you. That's the truth. So you are telling somebody, I know what this is not right. This and this, like, how dare you? How dare you? I'm helping you. I'm helping the poor and the needy, and then the poor and the needy is complaining. Beggar, does beggar have choice? That's why a lot of ladies end up getting abused. Autonomy is lacking. Okay, so now you are seeing the reasons for these things. Maybe as a young man, you want to marry early. Like I said this already, you want to marry early. You want to grow together with your children. You want to enjoy family time. A lot of things that people are even doing. You should be able to be planning your future into your life now. Like, when you start, futuristic thinking is one of the things that will open your mind. You can't think small if you think in the future. If you sit down and analyze the likelihood of you being wealthy in the future and the benefits of you being wealthy, it does something to you. It shakes your brain. It realigns. It puts everything in place. Okay, so maybe for you, you have taught it and you have taught it and you've taught it again. Okay, now people say you it's going to be hard for you to maintain family life and business, right? It's going to be hard. But how about making the money? I mean, at the early phase of your life and investing in such a way that at the later stages of your life you can have time for family. Now, even if you say you're not going to earn anything, you've put people in place, you're not earning passive income. That's the way to think. And this is one of the things that society doesn't empower us to do. So if at the ending, let me not call it ending. So let's say by the time you are 60, 70, that you are completely off work. What you do is supervisory role and mentoring. So you just go around like John Maxwell, speaking from one place to another. Meanwhile, there are people who are building systems and managing the systems for you, and you are still earning a lot of money. Your goal, John Maxwell's goal in life, his vision in life, is not to become, to top Elon Musk or top, what is it called, Jeff Bezos. No, no, it's not his goal in life. Some of these men, they have set up systems that when you go to Amazon to purchase his book, he ends without even knowing. He does not know your name, but you've probably read two or three of his books. This is somebody who understands the language of systems, somebody who probably sat down a long time ago and thought about his future and thought about how well he would want to be managing family time at this point of his life, how well he would want to be able to spend with his wife and his children. This is the kind of thing you should be thinking now for the future's sake. Think of the lifestyle you want. So I God forbid that my children go to school that I don't really endorse just because there's no money. God forbid that the purpose of choosing a school for my children would be which one is less expensive, which one is more, which one is cheaper. God forbid. When I want my children to go to school, I want to be looking at ranking, global ranking of the school. So, okay, this is where the smartest children in the world gather. Oh, yeah, let's enroll him in this institution. That's how it should be. That's how it should be by default. Sometimes we let poverty make choices for us, and when then we act as if we are surprised about the consequences. You can't be surprised. You can't be surprised. Everything was planned. It was it was predestined by you. You know. So good. Those things matter. So that's how you work on your mind, by thinking in the future, by thinking futuristically. Okay. Avoid anything that demotivates you. Avoid anything that brings you down. Avoid everything that brings you down. Okay. Celebrate yourself as well. Now, when I was talking about everything that brings you down, prioritize your mental health by all means. On social media, people are making noise up and down, people are celebrating this and celebrating that. If you need to stay away for a while, please do. If there are people you need to block or mute, please do. If there are people you need to unfollow or take a break from their profile on social media, please do. I do that a lot. I block people, I unfollow. At some point on LinkedIn, it was like, this person, every time I achieved this, I did that, I did this, I did that. I did this at this my age. I did this as I'm the youngest person in the world to do this. I did this. I'm only 2 years old and I've got land. I'm only 2 years old and I've done this. What have you done with? I'm like, what the heck is this? Let me rest. Let me just rest. Allow me. Just small. At a point I realized, well, I can't do anything about it. You're doing well for your life. Congratulations. Please keep on doing that. I celebrate you. But at this point of my life, I would want to prioritize my mental health. So let me unfollow for a while and let me go and develop myself. I have to unfollow. I'm not deceiving myself and I'm not deceiving anybody. And that's why I will vulnerably tell you these truths. So much pressure out there, and you keep deceiving yourself, keep clapping for others till it's your turn. You clap, 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 so till your hand on the break. because you are too busy clapping. You are not even building. You're not taking out time to exit that space of distraction to go and develop and work on yourself. You keep clapping and clapping and clap. That's not how, no. Sometimes you have to stop clapping. Exit the space. Go and develop your own so that when you come out, they will also clap for you too. And you notice it's those people that will even be encouraging it. Some people, because they know they are high achievers, they've achieved so many things that they are proud of, and it's time for them to shine. So they will come and start telling you, don't don't use automated comments. Eh, keep clapping for others till it's your turn. Don't do this, don't do that, because they want you to keep engaged. They want you to keep clapping. You notice that those particular people, they are not clapping for others. They are not busy clapping for others. They are busy developing themselves. And when they come out and shine, the world claps for them. It's true development. It's not mystery. If you like, sit down and keep clapping for others. It will never get to your turn until you deserve to be clapped for. That is the truth. You don't even have to clap for others for you to be clapped for. That's the truth. Oh, you don't have to. This simple principle. Simple principle. So you go to somebody's house and the person cooked egusi soup, very delicious and sumptuous egusi soup with plenty of obstacles inside, and then very well pounded, soft, aye, well well pampered fufu like this. The person just prepared this thing, and you know you are seeing it and you are happy. You taste it, it goes down sumptuously, it goes down happily, it goes down joyfully, right? And you start clapping. You clap from that person's house. You clap, 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 praise them. You praise, admire, adore. And then when you go home, you take a picture of what they cooked, you get to your house and you start clapping. Just be clapping, just be clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping, keep clapping, hoping that one day the same thing will appear in your house because of law of attraction. Phew, you go clap tire. If you like, don't enter your own kitchen, start cooking. Don't enter on time. Just keep clapping. You see what will happen to you. Hunger will come to that and knock you down. That clap, you find out you can't even clap again. Okay, so you have to learn to withdraw yourself sometimes and go and build so that people can clap for you. Okay, I hope this is making sense. So I want to help you to identify and dismantle your money blocks. That's what I'm going to do tonight. Okay, that's what I'm going to do tonight. Money blocks, money mindset. So, and are you with me? Are you with me? Hope you are following. Hope you are following and you are enjoying the session tonight. Let me know. Hmm? Let me know if you're enjoying it. Let me know if you're enjoying it. Beautiful. 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 Rhoda is following. Who else? Who else is following? Who else is following? Good, 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 good. More, more, more Jesse. Yes. Okay. Dunsi, I'm happy to see you here. I'm very happy to see you here. I was saying that if I don't see you in this session, that me and you will quarrel again. Okay. Good, good. Eager to hear the secrets to dismantling the money blocks. Okay. Now, The secrets to dismantling them, the secret is understanding them and knowing why they are there in the first place. Awareness. Okay? So, number one is poverty consciousness. Poverty consciousness. So, this is where you are seeing everything from the perspective of scarcity. I mentioned it earlier. That's number one money block. Poverty consciousness. So you are seeing everything in life from the perspective of poverty, from the perspective of I don't have, from the perspective of it's too expensive. Why will people be buying this? Why will people buy iPhone? Why will you buy a phone that is more than this amount? I even did a teaching. I think that was yesterday or 2 days ago on my status on this spontaneously, and I compiled it. So I think I'm going to make it available. Now, you don't have to be viewing life from that perspective. You don't have to be too poverty conscious. Start becoming aware of the wealth that is within you. Start becoming aware of the abundance that is around you. There's a lot of abundance in the world. So much abundance. So much abundance. So that is what I want you to start viewing. That's the perspective and the approach I want you to start taking life from. There's so much to go around. People have money. It's not everybody that is poor. There are people in this. Okay, I wanted to say in this Abuja. There are people in this Nigeria. They are not suffering what every other person is suffering. They have money. Stop seeing yourself as a poor person. Understand the language of wealth. That even if you do not have physical cash, you don't have money as per cash, coins, whatever, you have something that can be translated into money, right? What you have is wealth. When all your money has been taken away, when all the things that you have, material things, have been stripped off you, what you have remaining is wealth. And these things are intangibles: your relationships, your virtues, and your value, your abilities, your skills, your knowledge. Okay, so you should start coming from that ascended reality. Now, when people invite you to speak, or people invite you to teach something or do something, there's a part of you that should be showing forth. It does not matter where you are right now. You cannot be defining life for yourself based off your current location or situation. So maybe you've written jam 5 times and you've not gotten admission or something like that, or you have been trying to get a job, or the job you are working now, they're not paying you well. So because of the fact that they're not paying you well, you think you are and you think you are below par. You are still that elevated being. You are still that effulgence of glory that should be radiating in your world. Okay? It's not about where you are now. If it were to be about where I am right now, there are some places you will not see me. You see me on TV station, you see me on radio, you think normally, normally, if it's about what I have, what I have, and what I don't have, you think I'll be able to have the mind to be there? No. But I've been able, like, there's this thing I do. Like, I take my mind, bring it out of my body, and put it where it should be. Like, my body and my environment right now, it does not define me completely. My environment, my locality, my what I am seeing right now, doesn't I don't allow it to define me. I am that elevated being. I am that ascended being. So that's where I operate. That's the realm I operate from. A realm of abundance. Abundance that is first within me, then it radiates from me. So it doesn't matter where you are now, you can perform at that level. Are you getting it? Is this being clear to you? Okay. So it's not about, oh, I am still a student, I'll still teach you some things about limiting words. I'll still teach you some things. We're getting there. Now, that's one, poverty consciousness. Need to stop operating from the realm of poverty. You need to stop telling people that what they are selling is expensive. Stop it. Even up till today, sometimes when I catch myself saying it's expensive, I apologize. I apologize. Oh, this banana is how much? Say 300. Ah, it's expensive. Oh, it's too much. Oh, I'll be like, oh well, what's the last price you can give me for? I'm not saying you should not bargain. Bargain, do your hustle, do the. But I have learned to teach myself. I've taught myself to stop saying it is too expensive. What defines expensive? You know, you see, you open Bolt app, and you are trying to go from a location to another location, and then you see 7,900. Then you start shouting, "Hey! This thing is too expensive." It's poverty that is manifested. It's not expensive. It's just you are comparing it with the level of poverty that is already, that is speaking from inside. But you have to learn to shut that voice down. Even if you cannot book the boat, just cancel the ride. Just close the app gently. Go and enter along. Go and enter public transport gently, and keep telling yourself, this is not where. This is not me. This is not the original me. Is flying. Is flying private jet from Kubwa to Maitama. Like the real me. The real me has ascended. Is no longer here. Do you understand? So when people come to you to ask for your help, to ask you to speak somewhere, to give you an offer, don't view it from the point of, hey, but I am still in the village, but I am just a student, but I am just a, you are not just a anything. However you define yourself, that is how you are, that's who you are. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Whatever you think in your mind that this is who I am, that is what you become. That is how you will be regarded. That's how you will be respected. That is how people are going to book your services. So if you think that, oh, I am too small to charge 100,000 naira for my service, I'm too small to charge 1 million naira for my service, you won't do it. You won't do it. And people are going to use you, and they will grossly underpay you, and you will not even get results. People will pay you, they will pay you chicken change, and then they will go outside and pay somebody else who will deliver supper, who will deliver less than what you will deliver. They will pay that person in millions. But it's because you don't know how to demand what you deserve. You don't know how to demand what you deserve, because you are comparing everything to your current experience and to your past exposure, your past experiences. Start thinking in the future. Okay, so the next one is money guilt. That's number two. We've associated, especially religious people, we've associated money with evil. Hmm? We've associated money with evil. Tell you, oh, if you have too much money, you will be proud. If you have plenty money, you make mistakes in life, you get tempted, you do this and that. Come on, money is not bad, money is not good. Money does not make you bad or good. Money exposes you. Money exposes what's inside of you. If they come now and give all of us 10 million naira each, that 10 million naira each will expose who we are. Some people will go and use it and smoke. Those people are not here, they're not in this call. Some people will use that 10 million naira and go and buy cocaine and take. Those people are not in this call. Some people go and use the 10 million naira to go and start playing bets. Some people will rush. Immediately the money is coming in, they will rush to Bet Niger shop. They will play bets. They're exposing what is in them. Some people will use it and go and buy ammunitions. They will expose what is in them. Some people will use it and go and buy food out of excitement. They will just, every day they will go and eat 100k. Every day they will go and eat. They're exposing something that is in them. But for some, they will use it to commit crime, all sorts of crime. It's inside of them, right? It is not money that's causing it. Money is just giving them the avenue to express themselves. Money is like a microphone. If you are stupid and they give you a microphone, everybody will hear how stupid you are. If you are wise and they give you a microphone, it will amplify your wisdom. The sounds of your wisdom will go viral, it will go wider. Okay, so you don't have to be guilty about having money. You just need a vision that is big enough to accommodate the kind of money you want to make. And the truth is, the more the vision, the bigger the vision, the more likely it is that you make more money, because you have a bigger expectation. You have a bigger expectation. You have something you want to do with money. You will tend to save more. You will want to earn more, because you know that there is an expectation ahead of you. You want to earn more. So don't be guilty. They told you, if you have money, you'll be proud. Poor people will do this one. There's no special place that is for poor people in heaven. That they'll say, oh, rich people, when you get to heaven, they'll flog, and Jamaica will flog you 36 strokes because you are rich. Then poor people will now enjoy fried rice and salad for being poor. There's no special reward for being broke. There's no special reward. You don't have to be guilty having and owning money, acquiring assets. You don't have to be guilty for that. You don't even have to feel guilty that you are rich and then there are poor people out there. No, except it's a special assignment and a special burden conferred onto you. But you don't have to just feel guilty. One of the things that will happen when you start making small money, yeah, people will be calling you from left, right, and center, family, friends, and you start feeling guilty. At a point, you even feel like, is it not better you don't have the money at all? But you are not under obligation to give everybody who comes your way money. You are not under that obligation. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes to say, yeah, sir, you bought a new car, please, I've not eaten for the last 5 days. People will come to you and dump the consequences of their bad decisions and the bad decisions of their own fathers and their fathers' fathers. They will come and dump those consequences on you, and you will not carry the guilt. You are not obligated to carry such guilt. Some people will owe you, they will not pay you. They will be expecting that because you have money, you won't ask for it. You'll come to take money that they can't pay back, and they'll start guilt tripping you. You know, no, you don't need to have that money guilt. Even when it comes to charging for your services, some will be telling you, I did not know you like money, oh. All these Igbo people. Yes, let it be. Let it be. I'm proud of the money that I make because I know it is going to be siphoned into a greater cause. I'm making it for a bigger purpose. So, in fact, what I want is more money. If there's one that you can bring and give me, give me. As long as it's coming from a pure source, I'll take it. Number three, fear of money. This one, I don't know. I don't know what to call it. I don't know whether to say it's a psychological disorder. But there are some people who are afraid of money, just like there's fear of success. They're afraid of having money. You just feel like once you have maybe a few hundreds of thousands or millions in your account, you feel like, this is scary. They're uncomfortable. They feel somebody's going to kidnap them soon. So many things. And terribly, the kind of country we are in is even sponsoring these things. This fear. Okay? But whatever the case, money is not a bad thing. Okay? It's not a bad thing. So there are so many other things that I would like. These are the three major money blocks that I would want you to break. Okay? Pursue abundance legitimately. Pursue abundance. Chinyere also said I'm Igbo. I love money. I love money. I love money too. Thank you. All of us should love money because of what we want to use money to do. It's the content, not necessarily the how do I even put it? The physical cash. It's the purpose behind it. It's the assignment I have given my money before it even arrived that matters to me the most. Okay? Now, there are some other things I'll teach you. Okay? Learn to overcome your excuses and quit procrastinating. Okay? Say no to but. I can do this, but I would have loved to do this, but this and that and that and that. But if you keep saying but, the excuses are becoming too much. The excuses are becoming too much. Now, you need to break limiting beliefs, myths, biases that are stopping you from reaching your dreams and creating new ones. Create new beliefs and biases. Now, let me tell you what I do. To overcome any bias, you need another bias. You need a counter bias. This one, I developed this one by myself. I mean, this counter bias thing, I developed it by myself. You know, now, now, when it comes to, you know, the whole bias thing, hmm? So, or limiting belief, people, there are many beliefs in your head. There are many biases in your head. You know, some of them may be, oh, you can't do this as a student. When I said limiting vocabulary, okay, I didn't mention that. Now, eliminate every limiting vocabulary, like but, like just, like only. Before I get into what I want to say, let me tackle this one. So I meet some people and I ask them, what do you do? And they're like, I don't really do much. I'm just a student. I'm just a student of Uniban. I'm just a student of Namdazigo University. I'm just a student of physiotherapy. And I'm like, what's even wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Why do you think? Why do you think what you are has to be justified by just? It has to come with the adverb just in front of it. Is the adverb or adjective now? Just a this. Remove that thing and learn to define and describe and pitch yourself very well. You're not just a student. You're a student with a difference. You're not just a doctor or just a physiotherapist or just a pharmacist or just a lawyer. You are more than that. Okay? So that aside, we're talking about limiting beliefs and limiting myths and biases. So one of the things that you would do is this. There's something called the tabletop approach. I learned this when I did my life coaching program. I did a life coaching program, and that was where we learned about. I learned about tabletop approach. Now, what this is saying is that um, ideas and belief systems form like a table with four legs, right? Now, for you to enable that table, maybe the table is standing, but it's not standing well. Hmm? Now, for you to enable the table to stand, whenever you are pulling out one leg of that table, ensure that you are replacing it with another leg. Biases cannot just be eliminated with a gap. I mean, they can be eliminated without a replacement. Biases, myths cannot be eliminated without a replacement. Is a rule. Okay, so it means that if somebody comes to tell you, um, I mean, you can't be successful as a life coach if you are young. What? Why should you be calling yourself a life coach? You are still young. What made you a life coach? You know, that kind of thing. Why are you going into coaching? You are still young. It's not for your age. What do you know that you will be coaching people? You know, or you are an African or you're a Nigerian, you can't make it or you can't be successful. Now, one of the things you have to realize is call bias what it is. It's a bias. Or you cannot make it even in life if you are multi-potential, if you are multi-talented, you have to pick one and all that stuff. Now, one of the things you have to now start doing is to eliminate that by replacement. What do I mean? That tabletop approach simply means you are taking off. a leg of the table and you are replacing with another leg, a leg that is sure for you. Now, how do you get that? Through experiences, whether it is personal experience or other people's experiences that is counting. You are grabbing that, and then through research, okay, you are now going online to check, is this possible? Who are the this and that? Okay, young successful life coaches. By the time you go online and search and see these things, or you read a research that okay, younger life coaches tend to be more successful than the older ones, or something like, I'm just saying, and you see evidence, it forms another bias in your head. Why? You have access to a superior knowledge. You have access to better information through empirical data, empirical studies, research. Okay, so that's one of the things that you should do. Tabletop approach. Okay, so I think I'll stop it for now. Okay, so I hope we got value from this session tonight. Now ask your questions. Yes, I'm here, I'm available to answer questions as much as I can. My DM is flooded. I would have said I would have said come to my DM and ask, but I can't promise that availability. My DM is overcrowded, and my not even my DM is not even the problem, because me, I choose the people I reply DMs. But my major problem is my calendar. My calendar is like is full, is full, and I don't like it. I don't. It's not something to be proud of or happy about. But what can I do? So ask questions. If you are yet to, okay, you can engage on this video. You can hit the like button. You can subscribe if you are yet to. But beyond that, I'm glad to have you all here tonight. I'm really glad, and you've been listening. A lot of you have been listening for over 2 hours now. That is absolutely fantastic. I'm proud of what we are building. To be honest, I'm very, very proud of what we are building here. In the inner circle. I'm proud. I'm glad. I'm happy. If you continue this way, you're going to be running in no time. What I want to challenge you to do is don't look back. Run, dig, run. Go ahead and pursue those dreams. Go ahead and launch that class, launch that book, do that thing that you want to do. Do it. Do it afraid. Let it be that it doesn't work. Let it be that it fails. Even if it fails, pick up again and do it again. Failure is just you learning how to succeed. That's what failure is. You're learning. It's a learning process. It's part of the protocol. It's part of that channel of success. So go ahead, try it out and fail. Try it out and suck at it. But keep doing it. Keep getting up and keep doing it. Keep trying to rechannel, realign, remorph, or whatever. You know what you are doing. You can pick a new identity, or you can add a new branch to what is already existing and redefine yourself, redefine your brand. Go ahead, go on Facebook, go on social media, reintroduce yourself part time. So this is what I do. This is what I'm manifesting. Start building it. Start doing it. Okay? Start pushing that identity. What do you want people to know you for? Start doing it. Don't be afraid. Okay? So that's it. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? I hope you are rejuvenated for another push. Hmm? Go and implement. No matter what is holding you down, please go and implement. Please go and do something. Go and do something. Go and do something. No matter how small. You may be thinking, you may be comparing your results with that of other people, and saying that you are not doing well. You may be comparing yourself and thinking that you're not doing well. Meanwhile, if you were earning, let's say, for every launch you do monthly, if you are earning, let's say 60,000 or 70,000 from the launches, you now realize, okay, you are doing more. You have more leverage of your time. and you are even earning more, right? But because you feel like, oh, this other person organized a training and had 200 people register, you feel like your own is not going well and you drop it. Or right when you are at the peak of a breakthrough, you are at the peak of a great recognition, a great recommendation or referral, you get tired and you feel like, this thing I'm doing is not working. Let me just leave it. Let me just fast it. Then find something else that is more stable. You never can tell. There are some things I can never stop doing, even if it is not paying me. Some of you will see me speaking in some events. You think I'm being paid with the kind of passion I'm using to deliver. Some of those events that she did not give me. Call me. Okay, can you hear me? Hello, hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, that's one challenge I have. Um, People just call in randomly and spoil my sessions for me. So, like I was saying, sometimes you see me on this radio program, on this TV station, on this channel, that channel. Some of those events, some of those opportunities, they didn't pay me a dime for it. In fact, I would spend a lot of money on transport, going there, coming back, and then the only thing I can say is thank you. I'm burning my passion. I'm doing that for a reason. Why? I understand the power of one, and this is something I know I'm going to do for a lifetime. So I'm not going to get discouraged because the results are not coming now, are not coming in now. No. Uh-uh. So you go somewhere to speak, and then the somebody, one person sees you, tell, I would want you to come and train my organization. I want you to come and train my team. From there, another person sees you and says, I love the way you did this and that and that. I would like you to come and do this for my organization. Another person sees you, come and do it in my church. You are going round and round and round. Don't get discouraged. As long as this is what you want to do with your life, don't get discouraged. Don't get tired. Keep building it. Keep doing it. A time will come that even when the results start coming in, you are going to be too surprised. You will not even know. Some of the people who are enjoying leverage now is because of the investments they made earlier. It's because of the sacrifices they put in earlier that they did not even know will yield results. That all of a sudden, that person that you taught how to write a book, that person that you taught personal development, that one person that was in your class when you spoke in a conference you were invited, that one person, the father becomes a senator, and then they are looking for a young person to be anchor in their youth event. You know, they are looking for a young person to invite as a speaker. They are willing to sponsor everything. They are willing to do, and all of a sudden, just because this young child has an experience with you, they're like, Daddy, I know somebody. Oh, let me go and look for her. Let me go and look for him, and just like that. But you see, it is a story that started from somewhere. It's a story that has an origin. It's a story that has a background. It started from somewhere. Started from you pouring out. And at that point, you were uncertain. You never knew that there was anything that could come out from this. So be open to such opportunities. Be open. Let your eyes be open. Let your mind be open. Think. Be borderless. Make calculated moves. Take calculated risks. But don't close your options. Keep building. Keep launching. Keep trying. Keep failing. It's okay to fail. Keep failing. Keep doing it and keep failing. Keep manifesting. Okay, and that's the only way you are going to learn. So don't be hesitant, don't be afraid, don't be ashamed. Go and shine, Go and shine your light. Go and shine your light with every sense of confidence. Don't even feel like, I don't want you to finish the call and think, oh, another nice call. No, this is not, this is not, it doesn't matter how long you've been thinking. It doesn't matter how long you've been regretting, or how long you've been overwhelmed, or probably concerned that you've not been showing up, or so many things. No, go and shine as if you've been shining all days of your life. That's what you are meant to do. You were born to shine. Okay? So go and take dominion, go and dominate. So this is where I'm going to end it for. I'm going to stop it for tonight. So I would love to see your feedback. I would love to see your feedback. If you can send video, I'd appreciate that. Okay? You can send a video feedback of how this session was for you. Just 1 minute or a minute and 30 seconds. I would appreciate that. I'll get to post it out around. If you want to send text, that's fine as well. But you're not under compulsion. You're not under it's not, you're not under duress. It's not a must to send the testimonial. But I'd appreciate if you do. So yes, we're done for tonight. We're done for tonight. I would honestly want to hear from you. Have a wonderful night rest. I love to see you shine. Bye. Good night. Oh yes, yes. I know. I forgot to say that. I forgot to say that. I love you all amazingly well. Like really, 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 really well. I love you and I celebrate your wins. I celebrate you. Have a wonderful night. Good night.
Okay, I'm going to teach about pricing. I just came to turn off the video. I saw this. I know many people are already out, so I don't want them to miss this information. But I'm going to teach about pricing in the Become a Coach series. So, graciously and thankfully, you are in the inner circle. So, you are going to definitely get the answer to this question, Jonathan. So don't worry, we are going to trash this out in due time. Okay, I won't be able to discuss it here tonight. Time is already fast spent. So have a wonderful night rest. If you can do me the favor, copy this question. Yeah, copy the question and drop it in the inner circle. So in our next session about coaching, you can bring the question up and I'll definitely address it. Okay, have a wonderful night rest. Okay, you don't want me to sleep this night.
Okay. Okay, good. Prosper. Send me a message on WhatsApp if you want to join the inner circle. Send me a message. I'll tell you what it costs. Okay. I'll tell you how much you need to pay and then what you need to do to become a member of the inner circle. Okay. So I didn't mention this. This session is meant to be for my inner circle exclusively, but I decided to be making some of the sessions open so others can join, experience what we experience here, and see, okay, if this is something they find valuable enough, if this is something they want to be part of. Okay, so that's it. If you want to join, you can reach out to me and we'll talk. Reach out to me on WhatsApp. I don't know if you have my WhatsApp number already, but let me quickly put it on the screen. Um, Let me put it on the comment section or on the screen. Both of them. That is okay.
Okay, so I'm trying to put it on the comment section. I don't know why this is acting up. But if you connected with me on WhatsApp, it's taking some time. I don't know what my phone is doing. But if you connected with me on WhatsApp, or if you found this link from WhatsApp, just send me a message. Okay. +234. Yeah. So this is my number. Or yeah, I sent you my WhatsApp number, Prosper. I'm sending it to the comment section. Okay. How do I do this now? How do I do this now? Okay, let me see if I can add. Let me see if I can add it as a banner. Yeah. So this is my number. This is my number. So you can copy the number. Yeah, copy this number and send me a message. It's on the screen now. Copy the number and send me a message. Send me a message on WhatsApp through this, and would talk about my inner circle. If you want to be a member, so that you have access to all our future events like this one, I'll be glad to have you, Mr. Prosper. Have you seen it? Hope you've seen it on the screen.